And here we go. We've got the Perth Concert Band. This is one of Perth's oldest and most respected concert bands because it dates back to 1920, not too far now for their centenary. A community band, Perth Concert Band is made up of people of all ages and walks of life, looking very smart, of course, in their uniforms. And we thank them for playing these Christmas carols. We should just quickly tune in. This is the Perth Concert Band now, with members ranging from high school students right through to retirees. They have a motto which is pretty cool. It's great friends, great music, great fun. Now, you can't get much better than that. They aim to promote music as an enjoyable endeavour for everyone, giving us all an opportunity to take part in music. New members are always welcome, so jump on board.
One of those members is especially lit up, isn't he? Calisthenics Association of Western Australia. Now, I'm told their
Police is one of the 8
8
police jurisdictions in Australia and is responsible for policing the world's largest single police jurisdiction, covering 2.5 million square kilometres, and with a structure comprising 2 regions, 14 districts and 158 police stations. And many of them, particularly the Blue Beret, have served in the United Nations, particularly on Cyprus, but now throughout other parts of the world.
The WA Police Rangers as well, Wayne. They operate in selected centres and secondary schools throughout WA. Training programs for First Class Ranger and Senior Ranger are currently endorsed by the School Curriculum and Standards Authority of WA. More shots there you mentioned of the Blue Berets and the Rangers behind them.
And one of the fairly distinctive medals when we see with the police is a checkerboard type of ribbon, and that also indicates their overseas service. But a number of organisations now have cadet arrangements, not only the military ones, but also environmental cadets across the board. So it involves the younger people within the community.
Once known as the Perth Concert Band, this is now the WA Fire and Emergency Services Concert Band. Gay Baker, the band leader, always a proud part of the Anzac Day Parade. Chance to reflect on their early history too, Wayne. They were originally the 44th Battalion Band, the RSL Memorial Band, the 10th Light Horse Band, and now the WA Fire and Emergency Services Concert Band.
Yeah, that's an amazing lineage when you think about it. There's a number of units there, very famous units amongst them, of course. But that lineage is still on parade today, which is just really outstanding for them. So the Department of Fire and Emergency Services. And leading there is Mr. Lloyd Bailey, Deputy Commissioner of Operations and Command, and I think we'll have Deputy Commissioner of Capability Command, Steve Fewster, taking the salute. Pathfinders, the fighter squadron. The fighter squadron's going by. Pathfinders as well. These were the elite of Bomber Command, pinpoint targeting of targets over Europe, formed by the Australian Don Bennett, who commanded them. These are the fighter squadrons. 3rd Squadron RAAF, the oldest fighter squadron in the Royal Australian Air Force, with battle honours going back to the First World War. So, Bomber Command veterans, the 25 City of Perth Squadron branch, the RAAF Police Association led by Warrant Officer Reg Ellis. Formed in, the association was formed in 1930, and of course, like most of the police organisations within the ADF, extensive service post-war in peacekeeping in Korea, Malaysia, Sinai, Cambodia, East Timor, and of course Afghanistan and Iraq. And they're marking their some centenary celebrations as well.
That's the WA Fire and Emergency Services Concert Band again, formerly the Perth Concert Band.
Right, the RAAF number 3 Telecommunication Unit Association there.
Had a bit of banner problems
Well, they'll still continue to go on. That won't slow this mob down, that's for sure. So they had the distinction of being the longest serving, fully operational unit in the RAAF. They operated continuously on a 20...
Behind them we do have the Perth Concert Band. It's one of Perth's oldest and most respected concert bands, with origins dating back to 1920. 50 members from all walks of life and musical areas. It's a mixture of experience and youthful enthusiasm, and they come together to make some beautiful music. Let's have a listen.
The 28th and 2nd 28th Battalions, commemorating both their First World War service and Second War. President J.J. Wade is 96 years old. He still marches. A veteran of Tobruk, Alamein and New Guinea. Their patrons Duncan Warren, who organised the Anzac Day parades this year, former Brigadier of 13 Brigade. Veteran Jack Connolly will be amongst them. There's JJ, there's Duncan. He served as platoon commander in Vietnam, and JJ at 96. Goodness me. They also combined with the 24th Anti-Tank Company Association, and they served at the siege of Tobruk right through to the final campaigns in Borneo. They lost Ron Allen this year as a past president. He was a rat of Tobruk and Al Alamein and became a prisoner of war. Other infantry units with West Australians, with the 2nd 32nd Battalion, part of the 9th Division, and the 2nd 43rd with their T, again in recognition of their service at the siege of Tobruk. 2nd 4th Machine Guns with their diamond-shaped, with their pyramid-shaped banner. 2nd 4th were West Australian units. 2nd 3rd fought in Syria against the Vichy French, and then were coming back to Australia and were diverted from the convoy and landed at Java, fought against the Japanese and were captured and became prisoners of war, with many of their members being involved with the Burma-Thai Railway, the terrible ship the Japanese transports taken to Japan to work on the mines in Japan as well. So a fighting unit that saw service in the Middle East, but were lost to us when they returned to fight the Japanese. And Eric Roediger is one of their members, and he turns 104, in fact, yesterday. And Fremantle, no doubt, and around Australia is all inclusive, with all members, different cultures able to participate. The Polish families of Polish veterans are there. Peter Krakaluszewski, representing his father Stefan, and also they're mentioning Tadeo Andrzejewicz, who was one of their prominent members as well, and also any other Polish veterans that are in Perth, of course. We welcome them. Wojciech Borski, a prominent member in his day within that particular group. They also represent the 39ers group. And the Vietnamese community, the Vietnam ex-service group. Here, we just don't realise the terrible casualties that the Republic of South Vietnam forces suffered. They lost something like 220,000 dead and over 1 million wounded during the conflict in Vietnam. And so ex-service personnel on parade today represent the former Republic of South Vietnam. Of course, with Vietnam being a colony from under France from the late 18th century right through, and conflicts ongoing, but now independent.
So, Wayne, that's where we'll wrap things up here at the parade. It's been another terrific morning. The weather has been kind, and with the parade now having all but passed the dais and the officials, we'll wrap things up here before heading to the Supreme Court Gardens, and very shortly that's where we'll be for the commemorative service. Of course, next year, 2015, sees the much anticipated centenary commemorations of the Gallipoli landings, which makes today, the 25th of April, 2014, of course, the 99th. But there is another seminal date.
Dari Regional Council Tamala Park Education Centre has helped organise the cockatoo at the top of the tree. Well done, guys.
Well, wearing red blazers and matching broad-brimmed hats, we welcome the Perth Concert Band, led by conductor Peter Moore. They began as an RSL brass band in 1920 with members from all walks of life. This year are the West Australian Band Association's Grade A division winners, the Perth Concert Band, everyone.